Good evening. Good evening. All right. Welcome, friends, family, faculty, staff, and future alumni to the celebration of Stivers School for the Arts graduating class of 2023. My name is Janiyah Lewis, a very proud senior class president of Stivers School for the Arts, graduating class of 2023. Here in a few moments, we will accomplish another milestone of our lives, graduating from a place we have called home for the past 6 years. I want to acknowledge and thank some of the most important people that have influenced my high school career. Mr. Griffith, for being such a cool principal and showing the class of 2023 your love and support. Thank you. To the amazing Stivers chefs for making me a special salad with no cheese, and Mr. Asa Dorian for feeding me organic bananas every day to accommodate my dietary needs. To Ms. Walden, for opening up your room during the 5th period for us to play Never Have I Ever, expose some of our deepest secrets without passing judgment. Thank you to the selfless faces, Ms. Clark, Mr. Reisner, and Mr. Norsworthy, who worked hard to ensure that we had a senior year to remember. We could not have done it without you. To Alexis Gay, for being my partner in crime, always being down for any idea I have for the senior class. To my mama and granny, for encouraging me to do anything I set my mind to. And finally, to my mommy, DeRay Robinson. Thank you for being my #1 supporter. Thank you for believing in me and instilling that I am so much greater than this world. You have demonstrated and taught my sisters and I that there is no obstacle that we cannot defeat and that our lives is limitless. You are the epitome of resilience. Now, I know many of us are filled with many emotions right now, but we need to let it sink in. Think about how far we've come, everything we did to get to this moment. The long rehearsals, the sleepless nights, staying up to finish your calc book, or walking through the hallways typing your capstone up last minute to make sure you get to this day. Well, we're here. So congratulations, class of 2023. We did it. Now, if you know me, you know I am one to brag about the senior class. We've overcome so many challenges at Stivers, persevering every day without losing sight of graduation. My aunt asked a couple of weeks ago, what am I most excited about and what am I most nervous about graduating high school? In a more broad sense, I told her I am most excited about change and new opportunity, and I am most nervous about leaving my second family. We were the freshman class that experienced COVID and the senior class to experience the new normal. It was a big adjustment for us from going to remote learning to in-person learning, but we made it work and we accepted the challenges. I say all of this because we accepted and faced these challenges and became our own advocates. That's why I am proud to be a representative of this class. When I think of leaving Stivers, I become anxious because Stivers created a home for us, where we have fortunately been able to build a family like no other and comfortable with our environment, especially those like me who have been here for 6 years. It's not an easy feeling thinking about leaving my family and friends. Stivers is the only building in DPS that has such a unique setup that prepares you for the real world. So when I think of that anxiety inside of me, I think about how my fellow classmates and I have been preparing me for this moment. The countless hours of work we and the staff put in, Ms. Daniel's study tables, Ms. Zenny's late tech rehearsals, Ms. Clark's innumerable hours dedicated to us, and Mr. Asadorian working in the office on Saturdays. Though many of us will miss the $1 slice of pizza before tech, singing on the marble steps, or making a bee in Mr. Frost's room, it is time to take the next step. Remember the feeling as a seventh grader filled with an immense amount of emotions, but most of all, anxiety about the new environment you are entering? The journey has been a ceaseless roller coaster filled with very high highs and some very low lows of perfecting crafts, building relationships, discovering your identity and orientation. It was uncomfortable, and now it is time for us to feel those emotions all over again. It's time for change, and change is inevitable. My mom has taught me that change is a good thing, and the only way to succeed at something new is to try something new. And big rewards come to those who are willing to take big risks, even if they aren't large ones. If there are no risks, there is no reward. So accept this new journey and welcome the uncomfortability. You all have shown numerous times that you can rise to the occasion, break barriers, and be your own advocate. Going into this next chapter of life, I want you all to take those valuable life lessons that our teachers, admin, and family have instilled in us, and remember that life isn't about the fame or money, that it's about how you can make people feel and how people can make you feel. I would like to leave you with one last thought. From the song Closing Time by Semisonic, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Stop being afraid of what could go wrong and start being excited about what could go right. Take the first step in faith. Taking all of this into account, I want to say thank you to Stivers Class of 2023 for giving me the opportunity to serve as your senior class president. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nicole Fedoronsky. I am honored to be up here speaking as the valedictorian of Stivers School for the Arts, class of 2023. Finally, we are up here, graduating, done with our time at Stivers. I remember when I first walked into the building as a nervous and overwhelmed seventh grader, this day seemed so far away, so distant, but it has now finally arrived. It has not been easy getting here, and judging from almost every conversation I've had with my peers for the past few months, we are definitely ready for it to be over. But I'm thankful for the journey I went on. I've changed a lot, grown a lot, gone through things I never could have imagined happening back in seventh grade, and it has all led me here today. I would like to thank all of the people that helped me to get to where I am today. Thank you to my teachers, who put in extra hours and extra energy to ensure not only that I was learning, but that I also felt supported and seen. Thank you to my friends for your kindness and generosity. Thank you to my parents for always supporting me and making sure I had whatever I needed, for all the drives to school, rehearsals, performances, and thank you for putting yourself through stressful driving lessons so that you wouldn't have to do that anymore. You have helped me through every stage of life, and I truly could not have accomplished anything without you guys. Next year, as we start the next chapter of our lives, we will all be going off in different directions. Some of us will be going off to college, some will be going to trade school, some to the military, some will be heading straight into the workforce. Some of us will stay in Dayton, and some of us will move across the country. Some of us will remain lifelong friends, while some of us will probably never see each other again. But no matter where our journey takes us, it is important to remember the values that we learned in our time at Stivers. We learned creativity every day in our magnets, walking through halls lined with art, and spending time in an environment that nurtured and celebrated our creativity. We learned the importance of collaboration through working with other artists, both within and between magnets, to create a piece of art that is greater than what any one person can do alone, a whole greater than the sum of its parts. We learned the value of open-mindedness, being surrounded by a diverse group of students with different backgrounds, values, and interests. We learn the value of hard work, spending hours every week practicing, rehearsing, drawing, writing, and more, working diligently to perfect our craft. These values and lessons we learned here have prepared us to go out and be responsible and outstanding citizens of our communities and of the world. As we set out on our diverging paths, we are sure to face challenges, but we must lean on the experience we gained in our time here and continue to learn from our experiences moving forward. I would like to leave you with a quote from Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. "Never let the future disturb you. If you have to, you will meet it with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." Leaving high school is going to be a big change in all of our lives. There is a lot of uncertainty about the future. Will everything work out the way we are intending? Will we end up where we hope to? But we should not be afraid of these unknowns. We should not be afraid of what we may face in the future, because we have been prepared, and we are ready for whatever might come in our way. Go Tigers!
Good evening to all the faculty, families, and of course, the wonderful Stivers School for the Arts class of 2023. My name is Alyssa Gwen Pyatt, or as my friends have called me, Faith and Chicken. I am honored to have been chosen to deliver this speech tonight. We hope you all enjoy the 2023 graduation. Before I start, I'd like to give a few thanks. Thank you to everyone for showing up to this major event. This graduating class couldn't have made it here without all the support from our audience. Thank you to all the staff for making sure that we have everything we need to succeed, and for just being a joy to have around. Thank you to, Thank you to my family for coming out and supporting me tonight. And a special thank you to my mom for sacrificing your time and money to make sure your 6 kids are taken care of, for helping me deal with the loss of my dad, for encouraging me to audition for the school, for being open to having interesting conversations about current events or your days at work, and for tolerating all the memes I send you. I wouldn't be the person I am if you weren't the one to raise me. We all have had many fulfilling experiences during our time at Stivers. We've made plenty of friends and acquaintances, spent years improving our skills in the arts, entered many art competitions, starred in several performances, and received great test scores. However, we have also faced several challenges throughout the years: sleepless nights, loads of homework, a global pandemic, and those inconvenient phone pouches. Speaking from personal experience, I feel pretty good about all the accomplishments I've made throughout the years. For example, my art has won many Scholastics awards. I designed the senior class t-shirt. And I even had an encounter with my doppelganger. In fact, I actually want to talk about that last part. I met a fellow Stivers student who was a part of last year's graduating class. If you didn't know us, you'd probably assume that we were sisters. Crazy, right? She was autistic, like myself, except she could barely speak and she was in special ed classes. Over time, we became good friends, and to this day, I keep in touch with her family. A few months ago, her birthday was coming up, so I wanted to give her a gift. I decided to pull an all-nighter, and I drew her a portrait of us. Of course, she loved it, and so did her family. I was eventually told that she didn't really have friends growing up, and that nobody had actually done something like that for her. So her parents were very happy that I made her that gift. And to know that I have impacted someone's life in such a way makes me feel special. I occasionally struggle with depression, so this type of validation and support motivates me to keep going and to stay alive. So the takeaway from this speech is, you may not know it, but you are more valuable than you might realize. You could play an important part in someone's life. Even just the smallest acts of kindness can leave a lasting impression on a person. You are an important human being, and you, in fact, do matter. I may or may not cross paths with some of you ever again, but I can't wait to see the legacy you all leave on this earth. Congratulations, and thank you all very much.
Good evening, Dr. Lally, Board Member Mrs. Pickett, Chief Dooley, and other distinguished guests on the stage. I want to give special thanks to the family and friends of the class of 2023. I also like to thank Dr. Lally and Chief Dooley for giving me the opportunity to be principal of Stivers School for the Arts. Thank you both. I want to recognize my administrative team, Julie Clark and Adrian Jackson, for their leadership and guidance. Elizabeth Whips, our magnet coordinator. Counselors Gwen Walston and Dave Asadoran, who works very hard with the seniors with FAFSA and senior scholarships. Again, special recognition to Julie Clark and Randall Reisner for stepping in, taking the role of advisors with the support of Ben Norsworthy, making sure they had a great senior year. Thank you, guys. Tonight, you heard outstanding speeches from our class. One thing they had in common, they all mentioned the special role of their parents played in getting them where they are now. Even though you were not mentioned in the speeches, you all have done the same thing for your graduate, or they would not be here tonight. Great job, everyone. At Stivers, we have an announcement team that reads the announcements for the school daily, and they end every day with this saying, "Give your best performance every day, because that is the Stivers Tigers way." Tonight, you have given your best performance, class of 2023. On behalf of the staff of Stivers School for the Arts and as principal, I certify that all the students present tonight as graduates that have met the requirements as outlined by the Dayton Public Schools in the state of Ohio.
Good evening, graduates, families, administrators, teachers and staff, and honored guests. It's my privilege to be here today to celebrate the Stivers School for the Arts class of 2023. Each and every one of you should be proud of the work that you've achieved over the last 4 years. This graduating class has some of the most talented and accomplished young people that Dayton has to offer. You have inspired us in your dedication, your resilience, and your commitment. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." As you move on to the next chapter of your life, remember that you have the tools and the abilities to change the world for the better. I urge you to remember the values that have been instilled from your family, the knowledge you acquired in your classes, and to always make good choices and do your best. I wish you well as you graduate today. Principal Griffith, as the superintendent of the Dayton Public Schools, and by the powers entrusted to me by the Ohio Department of Education and the Dayton Board of Education, I do hereby accept these candidates for graduation, and I release their diplomas to be presented in this ceremony. Dr. Pickett, it is my honor to commend to you the Stivers School for the Arts class of 2023.
Hello to all the graduates, parents, teachers, and administrators. On behalf of the Dayton Board of Education, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to the Stivers School for the Arts class of 2023. It is my privilege to stand before you today and congratulate you on this achievement. As you look back on your high school careers, I hope you realize that the learning and growth you have experienced go far beyond what you accomplished in the classroom. You have learned important life skills, such as collaboration, problem solving, and time management. You have made lasting friendships and discovered new passions. And you have become an important part of the Dayton Public Schools community, which will support you well into your future. While there are many administrators, teachers, coaches, and peers who help you get to this point, earning a high school diploma is a result of your hard work and commitment. Despite the challenges encountered along the way, you kept moving forward and you never gave up. There's a lot for the Stivers School for the Arts class of 2023 to be proud of, and I would like to take a moment to share a few of the biggest highlights with you. Students collectively earned more than $12.7 million in scholarships. Students earned 28 college credits through the Career Credit Plus program, and one student even earned an associate's degree. The Stivers Chamber Choir and Chorale performed at Carnegie Hall in New York City. One student earned a top national award for ceramics. Stivers had many athletic achievements, including being named city champions for girls soccer, boys cross country, and volleyball in the fall, and girls track in the spring. And for the first time in Stivers history, the band received a superior rating in the Ohio Music Education Association competition for large group performance. And now, on behalf of the Dayton Board of Education, I accept the students commended to me by the superintendent, and they shall be herewith deemed graduates of Dayton Public Schools, and they shall be herewith bestowed with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities afforded to graduates of this school system. I wish you success in everything your future has stored for you. The skills and knowledge you acquire during your time at DPS as DPS students will serve you well as you move into a college career, the military, or any other path that you choose. Now, please join me in congratulating the Stivers School for the Arts class of 2023.
Nicole Maya Fudoransky. Lila Caroline Sauer. Alex Chris Gunselman. Lena Michelle Fudoransky. Vanessa Maya Soberan. Autumn Rose Copeland. Jeremiah Taylor Martinez. Michaela Monet Currington. Lawrence Denise Buck. Kendall Aaron Todd. Paige Alexandria Young. Kevin Avila. Evelyn Camila Figueroa Casiano. Jaden Michael Ambrogi. Paulina Elizabeth Ambrosio. Jabriel Elise Appleberry. Jasmine Avila Hernandez. Brooke Madison Babcock. Alexa Yahaida Baka Elvir. Kyrie Mackay Banks. Caitlin Avali Baumgardner. Cameron Isaiah Baxter Bell. Kyla Leanne Berry. Michael Anthony Blake III. Miracle Jamima Bowman. Antoinette Gail Bragg. Ruth Francine Bragg. Jemiah Nicole Buckman. Dorothy Mae Berger. Alexia Renee Capuro. Rye Marie Cartwright. Maria del Carmen Cortez. Demi Larissa Caz. Amaya Marie Kortz. Cameron Terrell Cox. Florent Mylin Didier Diandaga. Ethan Levance DeWitt. Jade Alondra Delise Nolasco. Hamilton Smith Dixon. Lucas Christopher Dunlap. Kamari Monet Easterwood. Peter Lawrence Emery. Constance Claudia Fisk. Shelby June Fulham. Nora Sada Fultz. Juan Carlos Garcia Hernandez. Mauricio Lee Garcia Valdez. Alexa Annette Gay. Dearia Nicole Good Griffith. Michael LaVar Graham Jr. Nia Lynn Green. Anaya Tennille Harris. Madison Lene Joy Harris. Kaylee Michelle Hayward. Kamaya Danielle Hilton Thomas. Lauren Elizabeth Hill. Sasha Adia Hill. Maggie Mae Holmes. Marquise LeQuinn House. Raylene Monroe Guy. Kaylee Nicole Hudson. Kamaria Giovanna Hughes. Sunny Hunt. Yante Lamar Earring. Italia Akasha Monette Savette, Ireland. Arden Lene Jackson. Charlie Jean Jefferson. Neve Alana Renee Johnson. Benjamin Tyler Jones. Jeremiah Joelle Jones. Jermaine Sherman Janelle Jr. Mackenzie Lynn Kincaid. Leo Finbar Kingston. Kristen Shea Kunkel. Micah Alexander Kyle Stewart. Mikkel Abram Kyle Stewart. Kasana Steplana Lisa Lawrence. Janaya Lene Lewis. Gabrielle Morgan Mallory. Emma Lee Martin. Mackenzie Faye Martin. Ramiro Oliver Martin. Mackenzie Faye Martin. Ramiro Oliver Martin. Sienna Grace Massey. Dylan Mason Matthews. Mila Abigail McGee. Charlia Alexis Merritt. Abigail Solstice Miller. Joshua Molina Gutierrez. Aiden Lawan Moore. Carlos Marua Puente. Mackenzie Rose Mosley. Chelsea Tamia Motley. Cadence Marie Nichols. Taryn Layla Nooks. Zora Alexandria Nooks. Jonathan Lincoln Packlib. Kara Jean Paddock. Charlize Cortia Perry. Gabriel Quinn Peters. Alyssa Gwen Pyatt. Jonathan David Quallen Cooper. Donovan LaShawn Richardson. Elias John Raleigh. Maria Guadalupe Salinas. James Joseph Settingsgard. Jasmine Sierra Shelton. Gabrielle Marie Shivadecker. Anessa Gabrielle Simpson. Deshawn Larenta Smith. Anna Marie Spittler. Kara Shalise Steele. Destiny Stinson. Arami Elise Taylor Pierce. Atlantis Victoria Thompson. Robert Howard Thompson. V. Trotman. Andres Russell Valdez. Cody Jacob Vance. Alexis Takoya Walker. Joey Elise Bruton. Simone Ryan Wheat. Rashad Robert White. Kyria Jaswan Wilson. Kennedy Janai Leslie Woodson. Brianna Rose Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, cherished alumni, family and friends, it is my great honor this evening and privilege to present to you the Stivers School for the Arts graduating class 2023.
First off, I want to start by saying we did that. Can I please get a big round of applause for the newly graduated class of 2023? My name is Alexis Gay, your 2023 senior class historian, and it has been an honor to capture all the moments of our senior year as we move from the senior class of Stivers to newly appointed alumni. As many of you sit in your seats, anxious to leave, thinking to yourselves, did I really just spend 12 years for this one piece of paper? Well, I'm here to tell you that piece of paper you're holding in your hand right now does not just hold your name, but it holds the memories of your high school years. It holds the memories of the relationships and connections you've made with teachers, faculty, and peers. It holds the nervous senior going through security, hoping not to get caught with their phone. It holds the late nights of staying up, completing college essays, applications, and capstones. It holds the seniors like myself who could never make it to school on time. And it holds the seniors who got annoyed by those first day icebreakers where they ask you silly questions like, what's your favorite color? And more serious questions like, who's your biggest inspiration? And before today, I would dwell on that question, not really knowing how to answer. But now I confidently say that my biggest inspiration is my wonderful class of 2023. And that's not to hype you all up, but truly meaning it. Here in the 7th grade, I was able to see true raw talent be molded into young, passionate professionals who have spent their high school years winning scholastic awards, traveling to New York to perform at the Carnegie Hall, to Florida to perform at the Young Arts Program, Toronto to attend the IABD conference, in Italy with the Visual Arts Magnet, showcasing the knowledge of their talents all across the world. Having some of the highest AP, ACT, SAT, and OST scores in the state, not only playing sports, but overachieving in them, spending afternoons and weekends working hard for their earnings, so shout out to us. Shout out to the teachers who still put up with us through senioritis, like Ms. Walden, Ms. Roger, and Ms. Zinni. Those who came through at the last minute to make sure our seniors had the best year, like Ms. Clark, Mr. Norsworthy, and Mr. Reisner. Shout out to Mr. Frost, who helped me creatively explore myself, turning Alexis into Big Lex. Shout out to the parents who continue to push us to be our best and put up with our senior attitudes, like my parents, Kevin and Audrey. Love you guys. And especially shout out to my peers who have made my high school experience amazing, like Janiyah Lewis, who has taught me to never take no for an answer and being a great friend throughout my high school years. Also, my girls, Kamaria Hughes and Marquise New York House. Anytime you need inspiration, it's okay to look to your peers, look to your family, and look to your teachers. But most importantly, look for that inspiration in yourself. Look for that drive to keep you going even when you want to give up. Because all of the achievements I've listed above share a common theme, which is drive. Drive is not something you're born with, but something you learn to have. Entering Stivers in the 7th grade, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, excited to take in the arts like most of us on our first day. But somewhere along the way, I lost my drive and inspiration, and I had to relearn what that was to me. And I found it not only in myself, but I found it in my class. I realized that we all needed to find the driving inspiration to become mentally stimulated and to do and feel something that we can be proud of, especially in our creative environment at Stivers. To learn from the best and become the brightest, to realize that the best is yet to come, and accept that education does not end here, but is a lifelong journey that we will all voyage. Although the uncertainties of today cripple our thoughts of tomorrow, please remember that every day the sun will shine, but that's why we love tomorrow.